Hello, everyone. This is Heather Cannon, Executive Director and co-founder of Uniting Distant Stars. I am in Minnesota enjoying a beautiful day today, and I have another monthly update. We're heading into September, and so the first thing I always like to do is I just want to say happy birthday to everyone born in September. We hope that you have a fabulous month because take the whole month to celebrate. Also, if you want to support us, we always welcome a birthday fundraiser. You can use any platform, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, text, however you want to do it. You're more than welcome to support our cause, help the youth learn skills, knowledge at our school in Liberia. So let's get into some exciting updates this month. I'm going to share my screen, so give me a moment. All right, so let's get into what we got going on from August and moving forward into September and beyond. Well, first of all, I have to do a shout out to Rachel, our volunteer, Rachel Smith Jahnz. She updated our website and we're now on Squarespace. We're now up to date with our brand and with our colors. And so you get to explore our new website, everything we got going on. You'll see our latest blog posts. We have some different quotes and testimonials from some of our students. Get to know more about us, our projects, our blog, and how to contact us. So I really would like you to take time to explore our new website. We're pretty excited about it. We're still building it out, but I'm pretty excited about it. I like working with Squarespace. We kind of got tired of WordPress. You have a lot of third-party apps or plugins, as I call it, and they don't always sync up. They don't always stay updated. And this way, Squarespace is more contained. They do have some third-party apps, but for the most part, it's contained, and it's been fun to use. Some things to catch up. We held our virtual tea time on August 10th. Kelvin and I continue to host these. These are the people that were part of it. So there was 3 of us in Minnesota, the top 3, and then everybody below that is from Liberia. So here's all the wonderful students that we were talking with. A lot of great questions. So the guests had questions first, and Donna, who happens to be my mom, you probably saw that with the same last name, just wanted to know if the students have to go or choose to go. And Priska just said, I don't have to go because once you have to go, which means someone is at your back pushing you to do things you don't want to do. But if you choose to go, then you do it willingly. So I choose to go. And then Calvin pulled everybody and they all answered they choose to go. And Paul was asking some questions about, what are the struggles, the challenges, what are some of the needs if we could make it possible? And I know Calvin said, he would love to have a dormitory. And we'll get into more of that in a moment, why that would be helpful. Then Paul asked, what do you hope for the future of Liberia? And they all see education as important. And Priska added her determination and hard work. She knows when she puts her, focuses in and gets the work done, she knows she can move forward and she can help her country move forward. Then the students asked a lot of good questions. They wanted to know who we were a little bit more. They want to know what our goals were. And I just said, we want to modernize our training. A lot of our programs, some of them are not offering, like sewing, because we're using treadle machines, but we need equipment like quilting machines, embroidering machines. We want to make sure we have the right materials and equipment, like I just described. We want to continue to grow. We want to build and move into our new center in Brewerville. Manfred just want to know what was the benefit of the tea time, and I think it was a very good question. It's an opportunity for you, the supporter, the volunteer, or if you're curious about our organization, to be able to have a conversation with the people we're serving. And it really does build relationship. It builds community. Zach, who is a computer student with us right now, he wanted to know, are we going to expand what we're doing? Because he sees that other young people like him would benefit from the program. And that was very, very nice to hear from someone who's currently in our program. And that's one of the things we want to do. We do want to be able to expand. We do want to continue to help young people. And that is, our strategic plan expired last year, so we need to create a new one. That is something that we're working on. But it reinforced as part of this process how we need to collect data from the young people on what they like, what they want to see more of, and how can we strengthen our program. And and we talked about a sister school relationship, well, I'll get into in a moment. And the other person she was just grateful that we could have this conversation. She really liked this program. So we do have the video in there if you want to watch it. It's a great conversation. We started a little late because the internet in Liberia is not always the best. The other thing that was exciting, one of our 2021 electrician graduates put this post out on our group page. And what I like about it, basically he appreciates the effort of the management team of United Stars for managing their expectations. How often do you hear someone you're helping realize that we're managing our expectations? One of the things that we faced for 11 years now in Liberia is the economic system, which ebbs and flows, which is usually, can be stagnated, can be dealing with high inflation. It can be just things are not available. I mean, just so many things are happening, and it makes every day challenging. And he likes the fact that we can focus on performing our duty by all means. We take whatever we get and make it happen. And he's grateful that he got to go through United Stars. He was able to achieve his electrical dreams. And he just asked that we continue to live on from one generation to another. And I know there's some typos in there, so I did an edited version. Remember, I'm lousy with typing on the phone, so that that I can relate to. So, but it just says something when someone can come forward and say that. But again, he likes how we are able to manage our expectations. So we're not high in the sky dreamers that sometimes maybe overpromise and underdeliver. The next thing, hold on, I got that share thing in the way, which happens. We are getting ready for a new academic year. Remember how I talked about from the tea time we brought up the dormitory? And the reason why that is, as we know in the United States, there's been investors buying up properties, especially rental properties, and sometimes they were affordable housing. And then they make them so they're no longer available for everybody. You've got to have money to live there. Well, that happens in Liberia too. And recently, about 20 to 30 of our students have been displaced. They were living in an area where someone built up that land and he destroyed their homes. And these were like zinc metal homes, and they were displaced. And many of them had to move out of the area where their kids just refused to go to a different school. And the parents are trying to reason with us so that we can talk to their children to let them know the reason why. And it's been a very heartbreaking situation. Our team is doing their best to, provide what we can for students. But if we don't have a place to board them, we can't protect them from some of the struggles that everyday people in Liberia face, and everyday people in the United States can face that too, where they just can't find affordable housing, and they have families and they want a roof over their head. And I think a lot of times we take for granted those luxuries, those rights, those privileges. So our team, even though this is very heartbreaking, they do have to welcome new students. So Calvin, who's our marvelous co-founder and director over there. He got busy. He likes to draw, he likes to design things, and he had four of our students help him out. They, had to refresh the paint. They still have they had their old logo on our building because they used cement to do it, so I'm not going to blame them for still using that one. And they did various drawings. Right now, there's Calvin drawing an ice cream cone. We have someone filling in the umbrella, drawing an umbrella. Calvin is showing our vocational training. Here's a caterer making a cake, and he had help painting it. Here's students, young students coming to class. Just so many different things that they want to make it inviting, so everybody is welcome. And so we're really excited just about what we're offering, what we can do, and we hope in time that we can provide more stable opportunities for kids so they're not displaced and taken from a school they love. The next thing is in September, we want to add 10 more Star Champions. Our Star Champion program is our monthly donor program. And your reoccurring donations make a difference. When we know we have steady income, we can better budget, we can better plan, and we can better support these young people learning a trade. Again, you just see Ernest again. We wanted to make sure we capture that in this post. And so as you can see, there's various options besides other, but just, think about it. You might go to a coffee shop and you may get like 2 small lattes for $10. You could buy cleaning supplies. Maybe you go out for a drink or two for happy hour. You could fund an academic student, because if you are, again, maybe a dinner with 2, no drinks, you could help put money into our scholarship fund for vocational training students. You could also support our teachers and instructors, whether that goes to money, whether it goes to them continuing their education. And then also you can buy maybe for a nice dinner out with some drinks at a nice restaurant, you could maybe buy some non-reusable training supplies, because vocational training, if you want people to learn, they got to have that practical experience. Otherwise, you can choose another amount. If you only can do $5 a month, that's great. If you want to get a friend for you both to do $5 a month, you're more than welcome. What does it mean to be a Star Champion? Well, you get quarterly personalized updates from me, an email newsletter subscription, annual giving statement, so you can report your donation as a deduction on your taxes, recognition as a Star Champion on our community page, early invites to special events, discounted rates at in-person events, and first ask questions at our virtual events with our students. So I will put the link of this in our page. So basically, you got options. If you can do more than $100, that's great. Right now we have six or seven monthly donors. Now I've lost track. I think it's 6, yes. And that money is so helpful. It's just regular money coming in. We know it's there. They ranges from $10 to $100. So we're already getting that range. And it's just great because we can buy supplies, we can help get students who don't have the money to go to class, we can keep the place clean. And this is something that's going to benefit us. So you can be one of our 10 new Star Champions. And what's cool about it is in our community page, as we talked about, you can have your own galaxy. So I was right, 6 of us, because I'm one of them. I am a monthly donor. I find it helps the organization, and I feel that I am contributing to something that is helping the future of not only Liberian children and youth, but also the country. So you get to be your own galaxy, which is kind of cool. And we're just trying to keep that star theme going. So please join us. Let's get that 10 for the month of September. And it's just an easy thing to do because you're already spending money on something. Now you can do it where it's giving back. As I said earlier, we are working on a sister school relationship with the Western Technical College. We've been meeting with their regional campus in Crosse, Wisconsin, and we have a delegation going down there Thursday, September 5th. This will be our third meeting. Unfortunately, Kelvin, who's been in the first two Zoom meetings, will not be able to join us. But this will be an in-person meeting. I have at least one board member, and I have two people that I've invited who are Liberian, who've actually been to our center in Liberia, and also one of our longtime supporters. So we are looking forward. I really like this school. One of the programs is they're trying to help young people who aged out of foster care. Even though Liberia really doesn't have a foster care system, but a lot of kids, young people, are aged out of, having any type of support. They're out on the streets, and you want to provide um, trades. Trades, I think, are just life-changing. As like Ernest, as we showed in Ernest's post earlier, it just changes their life for the better, and they they can find their own self-sufficiency. Like here he is, he's with a bunch of rolls of wire, like cable for a job he's got. He's got a job, you know, and he's grateful for this opportunity. So that is our update, talking about what we did in August and where we're going in September. And I do have one more. I am making my trip to Liberia in October. I will be there for 2 weeks. My two objectives are gathering information from students and staff and hopefully some alumni. We've tried Google Forms and other ways of doing surveys, but we'll probably just do paper, go back old school. Liberia's internet, people having access to it is an obstacle. So I've done it before in 2013 when we started off. We didn't have a school yet. We're not doing what we were now. Excuse me. But we are definitely wanting to get their feedback. As I said earlier from the virtual tea time, I think that was just wonderful feedback. We're also working on meeting with organizations. We connected with USAID. I forgot to mention one of our academic students went to Camp XL, XSEL. It's a partnership with USAID and University of Liberia. He was there for 5 weeks. And when I reached out to the mission director of USAID, he said that's a highly selected opportunity. So I was grateful for God Gift Burrell that went through there. And we hope to get a video conversation with him so you can learn more about that experience. I also reached out to the United States African Development Foundation. I didn't know they existed, and I'm looking forward to meeting with the, I think it's country coordinator, and we've already connected. Kelvin and I have made a connection with someone at Ministry of Youth and Sports. He's a deputy minister of TVET, and TVET stands for Technical Vocational Educational Training, which we do hold a permit since late 2016. And I've got two others that I'm reaching out on. I have met with officials at the U.S. Embassy in the past, but I know there's been some changeover. I've had a couple emails that haven't been responded yet, so I'm going to call this week, get that done. And I'm also trying for the European Union. I've been going to Liberia for a long time. I lived there for 2 years. I've been around their compound. I see European Union also has an interest in TVET. We're Uniting Distant Stars. We're not about US or Liberia. We're welcome to anybody. And so we're really excited about that as well. I most likely might do some live streams, do some posts on our social media. Definitely a lot will be going on, and we're super excited about all of this. I'm looking for the opportunity to be back. Liberia has been my second home, and to meet and talk with our young people. And I like to connect with some of these alumni that have been just giving these wonderful posts out on social media about us. And maybe we can get some more testimonials on video, conversations. So I will do a quick monthly update before I leave, just kind of give you a little bit more idea of my itinerary, and I just look forward to that time being back and really giving you a live view of what we're doing. So until then, have a wonderful September. I know a lot of your kids are going back to school if you have them. I hope everything goes smoothly there. And we will check with you in October. Thank you.